Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. The first weekend without football in quite a long time. Hope you all survived that, and if you celebrate Valentine's Day, hope you had a great one of that as well. And today, welcome back to another Mock Draft Monday, where today, as usual, we're doing a full 7-round Green Bay Packers mock draft. Over the past few weeks, over the past few mock drafts as well, I've been getting a lot of great conversation with you guys down below. A lot of prospects that you guys like that I took a little bit more deep thought into. Also thought about the needs of the Packers as well. A lot of you guys saying the Packers should take an edge rush to fix our pass rush. A lot of people think getting a corner is a good idea. So a lot of great conversation back and forth. And as well, I'm going to try to be a bit more realistic in my trade downs here, not take too many picks. I'm mainly dedicated to explore late round prospects I like, but try to be a bit more realistic here and more recent ones. So let's go ahead and just dive on in with a full 7-round mock draft here with the Packers at 23. Let's go ahead and enter the draft. So let's go ahead and start draft. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, Ted McMillan. Abdul Carter falls to 9. That is insane. Michael Williams, yeah. Shamar Stewart, Walter Nolan. Okay, so now here we are at pick 23. Some surprises here that Abdul Carter fell to 9 to New Orleans. That is absolutely insane. Asher Dinty goes to San Francisco as well. So a lot of interesting things here. So there's quite a bit of prospects here. A lot of defensive line help here. There's Jack Sawyer, the edge out of Ohio State, had a back-to-back very productive seasons. Really good pass rusher, good pass rusher win rate. Had 10 sacks last year on 38 pressures. 6'5", 260 pounds senior. There's also Kenneth Grant, a mammoth defensive lineman out of Michigan. Really good run stopper. Pretty solid pass rush as well. So 6'3", 339 pounds. Only 21 years old, so he's going to be a young guy coming in. So he's a potential option. Gray Zabel out of North Dakota State. Absolutely incredible pro day. Has a lot of flexibility along the offensive line. Had a great season at left tackle for North Dakota State. His Senior Bowl made everyone freak out, 6'6", 305. This one, Nick Scrouton, who is definitely a Brian Gutekunst type guy, 6'4", 285. Pretty solid peripherals, but didn't have the production at college that I want to see. Because I'm a big guy who values production. There's also Tyleik Williams here. Had not so great pass rush, but a good run defender as well. I mean, he's a 6'3", 327. And then, of course, the trio corners that I like as well. In terms of trade down here, there's not really any options. So I think I'm going to change things up, stay here, and I'm not going to pick a corner in the first round. I want to see what would happen if the Packers do decide to go defensive line, because that is a big need. Honestly, that's my second need in terms of the Packers, is to get a better defensive line help on both the interior and the exterior, because the lack of pass rush was very concerning. In my personal opinion, I'll get this out in another video, why corner is higher, is because we already have some talent there, whereas a corner, especially if Jair Alexander goes away because we're not keeping him, there's like no talent, which I believe corner is more of a need. But there's a lot of different talent here. For me, it's between Jack Sawyer and Kenneth Grant here. Jack Sawyer has the production, has the good win rates, played a great competition. He's 6'5", 260, been on the lighter side, but has a high motor, good in pass rush, good in run defense, high pass rush win rate. Had 10 sacks last year on 38 hurries, a 17.7% pass rush win rate. Off-ball linebacker, could be a good guy to have. But Kenneth Grant also looks really, really good. Really good run defender, good pass rusher. But the edge room is where we need that jolt, because Devontae Wyatt still looks really good. Carl Brooks looks good. Kenny Clark should bounce back. He can't be that bad for long. So for me, I'm going to go with Jack Sawyer here, the edge out of Ohio State. I think he has a very, very high motor. I think it'd be a very just good pick to have, and has college production. Was the difference between him and Scrouton is he has college production. Scrouton does not. And I value production in college more than raw traits. especially Sawyer at the high end in the Big Ten. So it's going to take Jack Sawyer to edge out of Ohio State here at pick 23, which makes me feel bad because I'm not able to get any of my corners that I wanted. But I just gotta, yeah, that's enough of me complaining about that. Restapro. Okay, you guys know who I am picking here. It is my man Jaden Higgins, but there's also Derek Harmon. Like, these two are basically 2 and 3 on my board in terms of guys I want to package the big. The other one being Jahdae Barron. But, I mean, Jaden Higgins just screams Green Bay Packers receiver. Dude is 6'4", 215 pounds. Had back-to-back really good years in college. Over 1,000 receiving yards last year and 87 targets on 9 touchdowns. A 58.3% contested catch rate. 90.5 receiving grade. Really low drop rate, which Packers receivers struggled with last year. 88 grade versus man coverage. The Packers receivers last year really struggled against man coverage. And a guy like Higgins will be a really good jolt to this wide receiver room because, especially after this year, both Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson will be free agents, and we have to decide if we want to keep them or not. And both of those guys are injury prone. Christian Watson is going to miss most of the year. Who knows how many games Doubs is going to miss. So wide receiver is a need for Green Bay. A lot of people think that is going to be fixed in free agency, but I think that we could fix it in the draft, and a guy like Higgins is big. But I also really love Derek Harmon. I mean, this dude is just a beast of an interior defensive lineman. 91 true pass rush grade, 17.6% pass rush win rate, solid in a run, great pass rusher. Interior defensive line is a need because we struggle getting pressure from there. Kenny Clark looking like he might decline, and and Devontae Wyatt is going to be a free agent in the year. So I'm going to do something here. I'm going to trade with the Bills to give 123 around 3. Yeah, round 2, let's see. Offer trade. So it needs to be a 3rd round. A 2nd and a 4th next year to get pick 56. I said the teams lost on a video, but they're going to get future assets because I want to take both. We're going to force this trade. So we're going to take Jaden Higgins with pick 55 because I love Jaden Higgins to death. And we're taking Derek Harmon. I mean, these guys I just have absolute crushes on in terms of prospects because I think they would just be excellent fits for the Packers system. So now we're heading on to pick 87. And my man Trey Harris went a pick ahead. I like Trey Harris. I think he'd be, and Azari Thomas, also a potential guy we can go for as well. But there's a couple other players here at pick 87 we could do. Or we could also trade back. I mean, San Francisco's willing to trade with us, so we could take 99 and 137. And let's take 231 and trade back. And then they get pick 87 because I think we can get a couple of guys here at pick 99. Okay, so Harold Fannin Jr. is still here. There's a couple of edge rushers here that we can get. I mean, there's Ashton Gelati out of Louisville. Had a good 2023. Not as great in 2024 in terms of sacks, but had a good pass rush win rate. Over tackle, outside tackle. So a bit smaller guy, 6'3", 275, but has a lot of power. There's little Jared Wilson, a center out of Georgia, because we do need to get a center to replace Josh Myers, as he's been absolutely mediocre since he came in Green Bay. Pretty good in pass block grade, good in run block, good in zone, pure center, but could potentially have some flexibility. 6'3", 310, junior, a younger player, could be good there out of Georgia. And there's also David Walker out of Central Arkansas here, but I think I want to go with Jared Wilson, the center out of Georgia. It addresses a need for Green Bay and also provides some offensive line depth as well. So let's go Jared Wilson, center out of Georgia here at pick 99. And then to pick 123, you guys know who I like here. It is my man Willie Lampkin. I mean, look at this. Positional flexibility, great grade in 2024, good run blocker, good pass blocker, good zone grade. He could potentially be a long-term Elton Jenkins replacement, maybe. Or Jordan Morgan goes around in different line parts because he might kick Jordan Morgan out the left tackle, move Zach Tom to center potentially if things go well. They put Lampkin in at guard. He played absolutely incredible at North Carolina. A bit smaller, so it could be a worry there as well. There's also Torrey Horton, who I've heard is really, really good out of Colorado State. Only played 5 games. Injury concern there. We're already dealing with a lot of injuries in the receiver room, so he's off my board, honestly. There's also Zay Alexander out of LSU. Had a 53.2 passer rating last year. Good in zone, not so great in man. Good coverage grade as well in the corner. So he could potentially be a fit, but I love building the trenches we need to do. Because we have a good offensive line, but we need to have a great one to contend with the Eagles' defensive line. So Willie Lampkin, I think, is a good guy to have because he also is just an immediate upgrade for our depth as well. So here you are at pick. Yeah, we don't have any corners, and that is starting to become a problem. Yeah, we don't have any corners. I'm just not realizing that. Corner. Yeah, guy here. Dorian Strong I really like, but it's going to be too early to take him. Azaji Huzzy, not terrible. And then there's Quincy Riley. Oh, gosh, no, sir. There's also Tyler Barron. He's very, very good, but we need to get a corner. And Elijah Huzzy looks to be a very solid player here. Had a really good 2022 when he was a corner here. Has 6 inches, only allowed 1 touchdown, but they kind of tapered off a bit here. But 64.5 passer rating is not bad. Had a complete rating against at 46.8. Good in zone. Decent man. Good run defense. Good coverage. Not too bad. It's 5'10", 195 pounds. A bit smaller of a guy, but he looks like he can play. It's going to be a little bit early compared to it, but let's go ahead and take Elijah Huzzy a corner just because we need to have a corner. We do. And now we are here at pick 159, and I'm looking here, around here. There's also Dorian Strong, who I also like. Jaw Joyner, not bad out of Minnesota. Didn't have great production in his last year here, playing all 12 games, but decent pass rush win rate, not great run stopper. He's a redshirt senior, a bit older of a prospect, but Dorian Strong out of Virginia Tech looks to be pretty solid. Good coverage, good man, good zone. Not too great against the run. Complete percentage is 46.6%. Only allowed 1 touchdown last year. Had 2 interceptions, a passer rating against at 61.6. Had a really good 2023. He's an outside corner as well. He's a bit taller, 6'1", 185. So I think him and Huzzy would be really good additions to the corner room. So let's go ahead and drive Dorian Strong, corner, out of Virginia Tech. Then we go to pick 198 is our next one here. All right, so here I want to target a linebacker. Right now here is Jay Higgins, linebacker out of Iowa. Had back-to-back really good years. Decent against pass rush, good against run defense, really good in coverage. A bit of a higher missed tackle rate, but we do need a third guy to line up with Quay Walker and Edgerrin Cooper because McDuffie is probably not going to be brought back. Eric Wilson doesn't cut it as a starter. And Jay Higgins, 6'2", 232 pounds from the great Iowa defense, same team that came out, Jack Campbell. Good tackle, good amount of tackles, good in coverage. Has 26 run stops. Had 4 interceptions last year. He just looks like to be a very good coverage linebacker, which the Packers could use some more of, and be a decent run defender. Needs to clean up the missed tackles rate, but he looks very good. Let's go and take Jay Higgins. I'm convinced myself at pick 198. He looks to be like an absolutely incredible linebacker that you could sneak in at the 6th round. So here we are at pick 231. This is to get some more depth places. Here's Theo Weiss Jr., who looks to be a decently solid receiver, not so great in contested catch. Bit of decent drop rate, 6'2", 192, so a bit lighter than the Packers like to take, but has decent production. There's also Fentrell Cypress II, a corner. Not so great the past 2 years, but had a good 2022, but still had battled some injuries as well. So I don't want any more injury guys. Kyron Lacy is undraftable, in my opinion, because of his whole legal problems. There's Johnny Walker Jr., which we did not take another edge. Johnny Walker Jr. had a very solid year out of Mizzou. Good run defender, good pass rush grade at 15.4% pass rush win rate. I mean, he's 6'3", 255, a bit on the smaller side, but could be another option there. Yeah, let's go ahead and take Johnny Walker Jr. out of Missouri, get another edge rusher here for the Packers. Then back here at pick 238, we could use another receiver. I don't mind Theo Weiss Jr. He is a very solid player. Let's go and take Theo Weiss. Not too great a contested catch, with a decent drop rate. Only had 2 drops last year. But really good route runner. Could be a nice, fun guy to get here at the end of the 7th round. Here, back-to-back guys out of Mizzou. And then we're back here at pick 250. I want to get some depth for the O-line again. And Marcus Ware out of Montana State looks to be very solid. Granted, lower level of competition, but played extremely, extremely well. So, some more draft depth there in the interior of the line. So, this is my draft. Here, we decided to go with edge rusher Jack Sawyer out of Ohio State at pick 23. Change up a bit, get a edge rusher for the Packers in the first round that could make a big difference. Then second round, drafted Jaden Higgins. We did a trade with the Bills, gave him next year's 2nd and 4th to get pick 56. Picked Derek Harmon because I think will be an absolute beast. Traded back with 49ers, picked up 4th and the 7th to have them move up 12 spots. We picked Jared Wilson, a center out of Georgia, to get some offensive line depth. Then we picked Willie Lampkin, a guy who I absolutely love here in the 4th round. With one of the picks we got from San Francisco, we selected Elijah Huzzie out of North Carolina, decent corner. Then we double dipped, got Dorian Strong out of Virginia Tech. In round 6, we got Jay Higgins out of Iowa, who, looking at that, looks to be a perfect complement to our offense. Really good coverage linebacker. Then we got some depth for some positions that we need. Johnny Walker Jr. out of Mizzou. Then we got Theo Weiss Jr. out of Mizzou for a wide receiver. And then Marcus Ware, a guard out of Montana State. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments how I did on this mock draft. I think we addressed all of the major Packers needs, which is pass rush, corner, and interior offensive line. And wide receiver as well. So I think this is a very solid draft. I think the trades I did were pretty fair. So let me know what you guys think down below. And like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I should be coming out with a video later this week. MLB Power Rankings are coming because baseball is starting to bring up back up again. And I'll get a video out about the Packers' top 5 draftings and my reasonings behind them more in depth. So if you like that kind of stuff, remember to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.